What's up, you guys? So it's Layla Lynn, and today we have to talk about ASAP Rocky versus Drake. That beef that's been reheated because now Rihanna is getting dragged into it like she's a trophy you pass back and forth in a rap beef, and she is so much bigger than that. ASAP Rocky mentioning Rihanna like she's some type of pawn in a rap beef gives us so much insight into why Rihanna refuses to marry him. So, in this video, I'm talking about the logic of why Rihanna might not want to marry ASAP Rocky, and especially not in a situation where a man is comfortable using her as a chess move in public. This conversation is making headlines again after Rocky dropped his album Don't Be Dumb and gave us the line, "First you stole my flow, so I stole your beat." And then on the New York Times podcast, when they suggested Drake was a target, Rocky basically said, "I think we all know." And I think we all know why Rihanna doesn't want to marry him. And that answer, from a psychological and practical standpoint, is very simple. She doesn't have a reason to marry him. And she especially doesn't have a reason to marry someone who's comfortable using her like a pawn in a beef. So let's get into it. I want to say this very clearly. Marriage is not a level up for everybody. For most people, marriage is about stability, legal protection, shared finances, family structure, social acceptance, and sometimes it is about being able to exhale because you can finally stop dating. But Rihanna is not most people. Rihanna already has the things people chase marriage to get. She has money, she has security, she has a legacy, she has global status, she has family, she has kids, she has a partner. So when the public asks, why isn't she married? What they really mean is, why isn't Rihanna following the traditional script of getting married and then having kids? We have to keep in mind, first of all, that Rihanna has literally never been one to follow a script. She's a pop star that's not known for her incredible singing or her incredible dancing. Rihanna makes her own rules. And for women who are like hyper successful and financially independent, marriage can stop feeling like a prize and start feeling like a contract. Not in a cold way, but just in a realistic way. If Rihanna were to ask herself, what does marriage add to my life that I don't already have? The answer realistically might be not much. And she especially doesn't have a reason to marry someone who frames her like a pawn. So let's talk about what Rocky said that's rubbing people the wrong way. On his new album, he rapped, "First you stole my flow, so I stole your beat." Even if people want to play that off like, oh, it's just rap beef, words still matter. The way you say something is the frame that you're putting around those feelings. And once that frame is out there, it teaches everybody else how to view the situation. And calling Rihanna your B in the context of a rap rivalry frames her like property, like a possession, like an object in a game between men. And who would want to marry a man that does that if it didn't also benefit them? And it doesn't benefit Rihanna. ASAP Rocky using Rihanna in a rap beef gives the vibe that he's also one of those men that love powerful women, but they still want to feel powerful over the woman. And he can't feel powerful over Rihanna in most ways, like financially or record sales. Not in most ways. But what he can do is reduce her to a pawn in a rap beef and use her to prop himself up over Drake. And I'm sure that makes him feel powerful. So if Rihanna marries anybody, you would think it's going to be because it benefits her. Emotionally, spiritually, practically. Not because a man wants to feel like he won a rap beef. So to understand why this stole your girl thing hits a nerve, we have to talk about Rihanna and Drake's history because it's long, it's messy, and it was always an up and down roller coaster of a relationship. So the speculation about Rihanna and Drake starts in 2009, where reports and sightings started floating around that there was something going on. Rihanna publicly downplayed dating rumors around that time in interviews, saying that they were just friends. In 2010, they collaborated on What's My Name, which intensified the public's perception that there was chemistry beyond music. By 2011, the public narrative was still fuzzy. It was never a clean, yes, we're together type of thing. It was constant speculation, flirty moments, and a lot of people filling in the blanks about the two of them. One of their biggest public moments was 2016, when Drake gave Rihanna the Michael Jackson Video Vanguard Award and delivered that now famous public declaration in where he publicly tried to kiss her and she had to dodge him. That moment cemented in a lot of people's mind that Drake was deeply invested, whether Rihanna felt that way or not. In 2018, Rihanna basically shut down the idea that they were in a close place anymore. She said they don't have a friendship, but they're not enemies either. So now let's talk about Rihanna and Rocky, because their arc is very different. It's not the chaotic roller coaster energy she had with Drake. It's more like friendship and good timing. They've been connected publicly for a long time. Most timelines point to them knowing each other and moving in overlapping circles since around 2012. Multiple reports and timeline describe the relationship shifting from friendship into romance around 2020. And recently, Rocky even talked on podcasts about the timing lining up in 2020 after years of friendship. In 2022, they had their first child, RZA. And in 2023, they welcomed their second child, Riot. And now in January 2026, we're seeing them together more public support moments, like Rihanna stepping out in New York to support Rocky around his Don't Be Done rollout, including his SNL after-party appearance. And on top of that, they're officially a family of 5 now. Rihanna and Rocky welcomed their third child, a daughter, in September of 2025, Rocky Irish Mayers. Now, to be fair, Rocky using Rihanna as a trophy in a rap beef doesn't mean Rihanna is sitting at home crying into a pillow. Rihanna is a grown woman, she makes her own choices, but she doesn't appear to have a reason to marry A$AP Rocky, especially when she knows he uses her to feed his ego, but he can't give her much in return for that. Y'all leave a comment and let me know what y'all think. Do y'all think Rocky's bar was just rap beef, rap bravado? Or do you think it reveals something deeper about how he feels about Rihanna? Does he really love her, or does he just love the fact that he has her? Now, if you made it this far to the end of the video, then I think you like my content. So make sure you subscribe and check out my channel. I have over 1,000 videos on my channel. Check out my playlists and my podcasts, and I assure you, you will like more of my content.